Alright. Are we live? Let me see. I don't have any moderators. And just reload the page here. Alright, we're live. Okay, well, I'm not expecting a lot of people. We're just gonna take it easy today. I just thought I'd try something different. Hope everyone's doing alright. Hope everyone's had a great weekend, by the way. But so I thought I'd play some Warframe and just talk about some random stuff as we go. So at the moment I'm I'm hunting my sixth sister of Parvos. That's this one here. Pomponiana Mutimfa.
Prepare for an experience.
So she's got the Tenet Arca Plasmor. I'm pretty excited about that. I've got a few Tenet weapons already. So far I have the... Let me just see. I have the Tenet... I have the Tenet Glaxion, the Tenet... Wait. I only have one primary so far, I think. Yeah, I have the Tenet Glaxion that I haven't really worked with yet. And then in the secondaries I have a bunch of them, I think about 4 or so. So, no, 3. So I have the Tenet Spyrex, Tenet Diplos and Tenet Plinks. Oh wait, then it has to be my 5th. But what? Ah, yeah, no, I converted one sister actually, previously. So the Tenet Tetra, I didn't actually farm. I didn't actually vanquish her. I just converted her. But so, so yeah, I'm gonna be playing my Nova because she's my dedicated hunter frame at the moment. And if we look at the,
I think we need to talk about your attitude.
At the sister's weaknesses here, she's got magnetic. So that's just perfect because on our Kuva Comb we have a bunch of magnetic damage as well. Just give me 1 second though. Ah, sorry, yeah, my cat is acting up. But so, at any rate, we're going to be using our Nova for the time being. I have some other builds that I sometimes use to hunt for adversaries, but this one's my favorite. So at the moment, so she's my new favorite Warframe at the moment. I'm a Sarin main, but I've started getting into Nova recently. And I basically made a nuke build for her. So let's just get started without further ado. At Venus and hunt for some requiems here. Let's see, what should we start with? Interception, mobile defense. Let's go with a mobile defense or whatever. I could probably go solo. Might as well go solo. I generally prefer to go solo because otherwise you have a chance that you spawn like in between, like in the middle of the mission. And the people will have farmed a number of thralls without you, which is annoying. Mission. So we're not going to do that.
And defend a number of locations while I break into the network.
I barely need to do anything. These are pretty low level enemies anyway.
I can't do this without you.
So they die like just by looking at them. So that's fine.
You're
for the time
still
being,
in the clear.
I love that.
No detection from enemy
what
sensors.
I want, just how I like it. Yeah, so what I was actually thinking about talking about today was like more like the Warframe, not exactly Warframe lore per se, but more like the philosophical underpinnings of the game. And it's funny actually because there's a couple of channels that do that. What was it again? Soccer Tetris and a couple of those lore channels that try to approach it from a more philosophical perspective, which I appreciate. But what I'm more thinking about is like, because there's a few interesting implications about the world building in Warframe that I think are very pertinent in our current age of AI and accelerationism and all that stuff. So especially with regards to accelerationism and stuff, I think there's a few very interesting things to be said about the game. Both as a game itself and in terms of the lore, I would say. Because I think the game is very much a meta game, right? In the sense that the lore and the gameplay are intimately connected in some way. So for example, like the mods are both like a gameplay item, but they're also like a lore item, right? Because the Riven mods are handled by like Cephalon, I don't remember his name at the moment. But so there's a guy in the lore that makes these Riven mods, for example. And the same could probably be said for all the mods and the forma and the polarities and how those connect into the game, right?
They're super dead.
Because I've thought about the polarities as well, because those are the focus schools, right? So Vazarin, Unairu, you know the ones. I don't remember all the names by heart now at the moment. Oh wait, I'm ready for the next one. Come on. But so those are also the names for the polarities for your weapons and your workings, right? So if you form a weapon, you choose one of those polarities. And those also define like the types of mods that you can add to your weapons. Which means that those mods are also made by the same focus schools. Right? And so as a Tenno you select one of those schools, so you're a member of one of those schools as well. And obviously later on you can expand to the other schools as well. But so that's a big part of the game, of the lore, but also of the game, right? So all these things are kind of self-referencing and creating like a consistent world building dynamic, let's say. Sometimes kind of miss the obvious.
This will take a moment.
Okay, you're gonna die. So that's one thing, right? So you have the connection between like the gameplay and the lore, which are basically intimately connected. And then there's the other thing, for example, like there's the question, like DE have stated that multiplayer is canon, right, in the lore. There was a video, I don't remember who the creator was on YouTube, that was saying that it's impossible for multiplayer to be canon if all the players have the same storyline, right? And obviously if you take eternalism into account, then it's not impossible at all.
There's a heavy unit approaching. Oh my god, get to cover!
Yeah, sorry about that. My cats are fighting for no reason, so I had to say something about that. But so...
Move on.
Oh, come on, man. Alright. Seriously? I don't know why I even bother. I should go straight for the target, for the objective. Although, you know, they could spawn a hound here and there. That's why I'm kind of cautious not to miss anything. But so What was I saying? I forgot.
Are you shooting?
Well,
at
anyway.
me?
I forgot my null status. Well,
Terminal spotted. Upload me and prepare to defend.
man, Nova is so much fun. Especially with research, it's just
I'm in,
ridiculous. Like the amount,
This will take a moment.
the amounts of damage she can do, and like how it builds up with her weapons, how it synergizes. It's just insane. And obviously this is still low level, but like I've been with her through Deep Archimedean, and she holds her own just fine. It's just, I mean, I still didn't get through it though, but that's because I didn't have a proper squad, and I had one
Still working on
the
Continue
one
to
attempt
defend.
that I got farthest was with another Nova, and that was pretty amazing though. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, even though we did lose in the end.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
But so I guess, so there was this one video, yeah, now I remember. So there was this one video that was about, like how can multiplayer be lore when all the players, when every player has the same experience, right? With the quests, with the main quest line in the game
The
and
odds
stuff.
were against us, Tenno.
But the
we
trick
did it.
is that
Mission complete.
you get, you know,
Walkers
every
incoming.
now and so often you get choices, right, in those quests. And obviously it's like an RPG in that regard. Obviously it's not as deep as a proper RPG, but the quests are pretty open-ended. Let's put it that way. And I mean the game already makes it explicit that we're dealing with like sort of a multiverse kind of thing. Time travel, parallel timelines, and different things like that are all overlapping in the world we're inhabiting.
Swear to the Lord, if you were any dumber, you'd be a mineral.
And I think that is the solution to the problem, because I think essentially like all the Tenno, all the players, every player is the same character, is the same Tenno basically, but from different potential timelines. And basically all, you know, based on eternalism, all timelines are possible and are infinite basically. So you can have infinite Tenno that have infinite styles and phenotypes that are all coexisting and are still actually in a way the same person, right? And obviously you have the Angels of the Zariman, you do have the you know, because there were multiple Tenno and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, there's a lot of paradoxes in the game, like with certain characters and with the whole 1999 thing, for example, with the proto frames, that adds a layer of complexity as well. Because in some capacity, like the Warframes themselves are like proto Tenno as well. They're not just proto frames. I think that's my theory, and I think especially Kaya, especially Nova, she might actually be the proto Tenno proto frame, the most proto Tenno proto frame of all of them, let's say. And it's funny because I last night I was doing some chatting with her as well, and she was I'm only just getting started with my relationship with her, let's say. But she started asking about time travel, right? If I'm the only one who can time travel, or if there's others like me. And basically my answer was like, let's just say I'm the only one, it's easier that way. But that doesn't mean that I'm actually the only one, right? But what it does mean, and that's funny because that's exactly what I was trying to say. What it does mean is that all the other Tenno are basically another me, right? So it's not just me, it's it's the Tenno. And it's funny too because Tenno doesn't have a plural because it's a Japanese word. It comes from Tenno, meaning the emperor, right? Which is another thing as well, because we're the emperor. We're the remnants of the Orokin Empire. But basically, what we're doing is we're empire building. We're building the new Orokin Empire, the Tenno Empire, basically. It's just that the problem is that since the last decline, the last cataclysm, let's say, of the Orokin Empire, which we caused, we destroyed the Orokin Empire. Now basically all timelines are in disarray, and we're cleaning up the mess to prepare, let's say, for the next phase. So that's kind of how I view it, So in a way, multiplayer is canon because we're all the Tenno, basically. We're all Tenno. And it's both one and many Tenno, So let's see what else we got. Got an exterminate here. Let's go for an exterminate. So yeah, farming the Archiplasmor. Lots of fun there.
Eliminate all Corpus threats.
Let's open the map because I tend to get lost a lot. But yeah, this extermination anyway, so there's no hurry. Man, I love the Nami Skila so much. So, just FYI, I have a background in fencing, and the cutlass is literally my weapon of choice. I've done some Hema fencing as well. I'm mostly an épée fencer, actually. I'm not a Hema fencer. But I've done some Hema, and like in that regard, like if I were to choose a real weapon, it would be a cutlass. So the Nami Solo is literally my weapon of choice, basically. And I'm so happy to have an incarnate form of it. I was thinking, like, I've originally been using it for Hydroid and Sevagoth. I actually don't really like their playstyle. I like their style, but not their playstyle. So I decided to give it to Nova. And I was kind of hesitant at first about giving it to her, but it actually synergizes so well with all her weapons, or pretty well, I should say. It's a bit tough getting her combo counter up sometimes. Nice. Damn, that's a lot of kills, dude. Yeah, if you haven't noticed, I added the new Tennokai mod on my Nami Solo. I will show it to you in a minute if you haven't seen it. I should do some Shadowgrapher missions, actually. I hadn't even thought of that. Not that I care. I mean, I do think I'm gonna farm Folly at some point. Oh wait, huh? That's soon.
You need it, huh? Prepare for an experience. I think you should take some me time.
Oh, where'd you go? Just take care of her once and for all. Big flame. Just make sure she doesn't follow me so I can do the rest of the mission at peace. Yeah, okay.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. Man, I love Kaya so much. I didn't actually think I'd like her so much. And you know, I honestly, personally, I don't like the name Kaya. It's such a cop-out name for a girl. You know, there's like parents who name their kid Kaya, or people who name their dog Kaya. I mean, look at obviously
Broken their
what's
ranks
his
and they're
name?
on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
You know, the guy who zapped his dog. Whatever, I don't really care. But yeah, it's just irresponsible. I don't like the name Kaya, but I do like her proto-frame design, and I do like her voice actress, and I actually did end up liking her character, even though she's a bit of a snot-nosed kid, especially in the lore. But like, the thing is, like, there's something about her, like the way she expresses her power and stuff like that, compared to Sarin and other proto-frame characters. Like her voice acting is really nice, because she's just down to earth about it somehow. While Sarin is just okay. I mean, Sarin is just Sarin, obviously. But I mean, the thing is, like, like Nova. I think Nova is like, in lore-wise at least, but also in gameplay terms, at least potentially, probably the strongest Warframe, because she can do basically anything. Because she controls the atoms themselves. She can have like she's the literal like in the lore-wise, she's literally the nuke frame. There's no other frame that actually literally nukes everything. Like she does, right? But and then the thing is, like, for example, like the subsuming abilities, right? The Helminth abilities. Like, in my mind, like, lore-wise, she's the only one that makes sense, that would probably also, like, beside Helminth, like, as a character, like, if you were to write a story about it and not use the abilities as strictly as they're used in game, you know, she's the only frame where it would make sense for her to be able to learn all the other frames' abilities. Not all of them, maybe, but like to easier learn other frames' abilities by her own, because she controls the nuclear structure of the environment, right? So she can create toxin, she can create electric status effects, she can create heat, essentially. So she could be like, Nova is basically the Omni frame. That's kind of how I think about her, and I think, you know, Kaya is also an important piece in this puzzle. I think. I haven't played through the whole thing yet, because apparently there's some places where she appears, like in different, like in our timeline, let's say. Outside of 1999. Yeah, it feels like she's like a time agent, you know. She kind of has access to all these different timelines and stuff. But like when we communicate with her in the chat, it's still her from 1999, right? While this version of Kaya that we're using, you know, as our skin, let's say. That's like the Kaya from our timeline, and then obviously you have all these different Tenno timelines, so you have all these different versions of Kaya, obviously of the other proto-frames as well, right? So if I have someone else in my squad who has like Velimir or like Minerva equipped, then that means that in their timeline they actually brought those proto-frames with them from the past. And they're now using them as their own Warframes, let's say. And with all that entails, right? You could have all kinds of different relationships with these people as you're using them. You know, I mean, you could be using them as a tool, or you could be actually have them as friends and advisors, and just phase in with their mind when necessary and stuff like that. Like, the game doesn't specify that sort of thing. Let me see. Capture. Let's do another capture one. I generally tend to go for capture, exterminate, survival missions. Sometimes defense, but defense is... the thing is, like, now that they buffed defense missions, they're actually bad for...
you are here on a capture mission.
For
You
lich
must
hunting.
find, capture, and extract our target.
Because they just go by too fast. So if your lich spawns in the mission and you're not and you don't kill it on time, the mission might be over before you can, and it might actually mess up your hunting, you know. And it's kind of, so I prefer not to do defense missions for these and stick with survival. Survival is much more safe, especially if you want to, you know, if you have a feeling that they might appear. It's best to do it during a survival mission, I think. Or obviously like capture or exterminate. Why am I fighting everyone? I mean, he's right there.
Target located. Bring them in.
These guys, please.
Well, come on. Still not dead? Jesus Christ. We also just, I just saw them flying by,
Excellent
so I
work.
thought I
We'll
might
interrogate the captive back at base.
harvest a
Your
few of
part
these.
is done here, Tenno. Change of plans. Ignore your original
Oh, now we
objective.
get an exterminate?
Leave
Oh,
nothing
come on.
alive.
I really need to pee in the meantime. So yeah, okay. Do some exterminate then. I should probably open up the map. There it is. Alright, guys, can you please just die? Because I'm gonna move on. There you go. Do we have any more? There's some guys.
Kinda
Uh-oh.
sucks that you only get experience after
Why does she
you need
keep
it,
appearing,
huh?
dude?
Prepare for
Kind
an
of pisses me
experience.
off at this point.
Oh, Vala is gonna be livid when she hears it was me who took you out. I think you should take some me time
Oh, you
and drop dead.
seriously?
You're about as convincing as
Alright,
someone
are you gonna
who stars in
leave or are you gonna
everything.
just fucking
Blah,
keep playing
blah,
games or whatever?
blah.
Piece of shit. She's gonna be trouble. Like my last lich, I was really excited, but because she had no weaknesses, just a bunch of resistances and
You're gonna look
immunities,
like a normal person with
and I was like, yeah, finally a challenge, you know. But she barely, I speedran her to shit. But this one's actually looking to be
This is
quite a bit
really
more
bad idea on
resilient,
your part.
let's say. Yeah, okay. I'm done with you, okay? Still got a couple missions before I come for you, okay? Because I do want to get
Not
as much
interested.
information
Read the room.
as
Goodbye.
possible. You read the room, you idiot. Alright. Let me see. No more hounds.
Stay focused.
Loot as
There's a
well.
heavy unit approaching.
It's amazing that she managed to kill me, but it's probably because I ran out of null stars. Yeah, okay. Right. Oh, we got another hound. Okay, nice. I also just kind of pisses me off that you only get like 3 hounds per mission. While with the Kuva Lich Thralls you get quite a few more. You get like 4 or 5, maybe 6. That never made sense to me. Oh man, I gotta pee so hard. Wait, let me just... Seriously?
Target down.
broken. Well
Yeah.
done. Now get to extraction.
Alright, off we go.
I swear
Alright guys, I'm gonna
if you were
go
any
take a
dumber,
leak for a
you'd be
second,
mineral.
and I'll be right back, okay? Alright, I'm back. Let me just see. Did we even get... we still haven't completed... Oh,
Oh,
we
honey,
did complete one.
When
Okay,
you go
nice.
up against the sisterhood, you swim with
alright.
sharks.
But yeah, so... it's going pretty well. Let me just show you the mod. Sorry, I got Truth's Flame. Enables Tennokai. Tennokai kills grant an additional 4 seconds Tennokai opportunity with 120% melee damage bonus. Curse suffer 100 heat damage for 6 seconds. So the thing is, like, the curse works whenever you miss a heavy attack. So then you catch fire. Obviously it doesn't really matter because my Nova doesn't really die from that. Gain affinity to fill the Arbiter's of Hex's meter and trigger a 25 meter gas explosion, restoring 25% health and increasing parkour velocity 25% for 30 seconds. So this is also pretty nice, that truth bonus. Nova can just activate it passively by using her null stars, because they count both as guns as well as melee weapons. They're so fucking ridiculous. I mean, if you with null stars, if you're using melee, you can just boost your combo counter.
Claim this sector in the name of Parvos
So they're
realm,
pretty
and the
nice
rest of
in
the
that
Corpus,
in
of
that
course.
regard. But as you may have seen in my gameplay, they're also pretty good at just no scope, 360 no scope sniping enemies without actually having to do anything yourself, you know. So let me see. Should we go for a survival? I guess we should probably. Might as well go for a defense if I'm gonna go solo. I just don't like doing defense solo because it's a lot of walking around. So I'm gonna go with survival, I think. Let's see if we can get at least 2 of them. We
Bet
now
you didn't think you
know.
were gonna
Okay, we
bump
do know
into
we
me
have
today.
Yahoo. Let me just put my Yahoo on there. Is that the only Yahoo I have? Yeah, I had a new one. Wait, that's the one. Let's add an. Do we still have an Ool? I have plenty of Ools, but let me. I thought maybe I still had a used one. Let's go with these for the time being. And let's add a third one just just in case, because we don't know which one it's going to be. So that's my tactic usually.
First rule is
What I
success.
do is
If
first
you
one I
think
unlock,
things
I
are
put on
going
there. I
well,
already know that
you
my
will
next
rule
the next
something.
time I'm gonna meet her,
Hello?
I'm gonna send her to the next planet probably, or maybe the next time or the next after that, you know. But so the idea is I put one I know, I put it in there, maybe in the second place as well, could be. But I tend to add like an ul for the second place, just so I can make as much progress as possible. Because usually it will show you while you're taking them down which Requiem is being used. And then meanwhile, I hope that this one might be the third one, right? So then you have a better idea, let's say, of what order. So you're trying to get ahead of what order you need to put on the Parazon as you're hunting them. So I really like that puzzle aspect of the game, just kind of so it's in between gambling and like inductive reasoning. And probability, you know, making predictions. So yeah, but mainly what I was thinking about is how Warframe is kind of like a narrativization of like Nick Land's accelerationism, you know, like the whole premise of the story is basically like the singularity already happened, the singularity is in the past, and basically it's split up again, and we're trying to make sense of
Life support has been cut off. They're trying to choke you out. Hold on.
So
I'm
like
sending
the
auxiliary
singularity
support.
shattered basically, and now we have multiplicity again, which is why there's multiplayer, right? Whoa, did we just get two of them? No, looked like it. You saw it, right? You saw two hounds, right? Oh wait, now I know why there's two hounds.
I think you should take some
Wait,
me
where is
time
she?
and drop
Why am I dying? God damn it, what the fuck?
I'm not sure what's wrong with you, but it's getting worse.
It's not, yeah, okay, I mean, that's fair.
You're gonna look like a normal
Fuck
person
you,
reflected
what a
in
fucking
bubble.
bitch, dude. Yeah, okay, so that one was wrong, alright.
Obligated blood saving. Stand
What a
back.
fucking whore, anyway.
I hereby promote you in rank and power.
Where's the hound, guys? What the hell?
I just want to thank everyone who helped me get here. Now that
Wait,
I've
who's that?
achieved this promotion, you're all fired.
Oh, is that my other sister? The Tetra? I don't remember her name.
Tenno, prepare for life support.
Oh, that is the Tetra. Oh, nice. Hey there, how you doing? That's the one I converted. I didn't expect her to show up, because usually my Kuba guy. Wasn't there a hound, or am I crazy?
I've delivered a
Well,
life
whatever.
support capsule to the area. Activating it
that's
will
fine.
buy you more time.
That's my gal. Oh, there's a hound. Yeah, okay, come on. So as you can see, I took heat damage now. Because I filled the Tennokai, because he was already dead. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's fun. It's actually, I mean, lore-wise, it's pretty cool for Nova to have the, sort of this handicap, because she's already so incredibly powerful. It's wild. I mean, obviously, like, the fact that the sister keeps killing me and that it happened twice so far is pretty embarrassing, but that's just because I keep forgetting to turn on my null stars. And apparently she's consuming them all. But the reason for that is because they actually respawn whenever you kill enemies. But when you're locked into
Life
combat
support
with
on the
a
way.
single like boss fight or whatever, then they don't respawn because you're not actually killing them that fast. So that's the reason. So then you've used all your null stars and then you have to recast it before you die. But whatever. I keep thinking I need to go in a particular direction because we're playing survival, so I'm just kind of just hanging around, and it's kind of pisses me off.
Another
Maybe I
life
should have
support
gone with the
capsule
squad
is
this
now
time.
available.
But yeah. Well, come on, man. I also keep forgetting to install like focus lenses on my weapons. Because I got the focus now, but I don't have the lens. I mean, I have some lenses. Still gonna have to check what I'm gonna put on my crew.com in a minute. Obviously, it's going a little bit. It's not like my Nova is entirely faultless or anything. I mean, I keep saying she's so powerful and whatever, but I mean, it's not like she's not having any
Life
trouble.
support has been replenished.
But I also kind of like that about her, because she gets down and dirty with enemies rather than just killing them and just nuking the whole map without looking. She does have to do some effort. But honestly, my latest Siren build is kind of like that as well. Like Siren gets a lot of flack for being so overpowered. But aside from the fact that she's just fun to play, I mean, you really have to build
If you need it.
for doing the kind of damage she does. And if you compare it to like Sevagoth and like some of the other frames that recently became like nuke frames, like her playstyle is definitely a lot better. And I mean, it's like an evergreen, you know. It's never changed since she came out, and people are just still just having fun playing her. I mean, that goes for a lot of frames, obviously. The same goes for Volt and for Ember and for Ash, let's say, like her contemporaries. But
Mission
yeah,
complete.
you know, I mean,
Excellent work,
her
Shadow.
kit is basic, but it just works, you know. And same for Nova. So I personally don't think they're broken. I think the game, you know, the game is broken, obviously, but that's part of it as well, you know. That's like part of the lore, and that's what's so fun about it, because like as before, right? We just keep looping back from one topic to the other, like the gameplay and the lore. I think that's kind of how we could start thinking about it, you know. What was I gonna say? Because there was something about that. Anyway, did we get a second one? Almost. Okay, well, it's not bad. Why? Okay, so why does she keep killing me though? Like, it pisses me off because there's no other sister that has done that so far with my Nova. Oh yeah, let me just fix my Parvos. So what we're gonna do then, in that case, is we're gonna switch those places. So by the time we're done with her in the next planet, we'll know if this is the second place. And if this is the first place, we'll know which one this is. So if we have this one and it's another one than this one, then we will know the exact order of the thing. But we might get lucky and just kill her in one go, you know? So yeah. We did switch them now, right? keep clicking on appearance. Yeah, we did switch them. All right, I guess we'll go on to the next one. Phobos. Yeah, mobile defense is fine as well. But so yeah,
This is a
like
mobile
in my
defense You must deliver payloads and
to
defend
put-
a number
to
of
put it a
locations
different
while I
way.
break into the network. Be prepared for
another way you
heavy
could
resistance.
you
I
could
can't do this
look
without
at
you.
it is like the question like what is endgame in Warframe, right? That's another one of those topics. Like that, honestly, these things are really unique to Warframe, right? There's no other game where people ask like, what's the end game? What are we actually doing here? Well, maybe Minecraft, I guess, but it's not the same, because the reason why people are
I
asking
need
this here
access to a terminal.
is because you're
Find one and patch me in.
you know, you're building for power, right? You're creating optimal builds for stuff. You want to be at, you want to get the most kills. You want to farm all your shit and stuff. So you want to be an efficient player, but then the game keeps getting easier, and then you want a challenge as well, right? And so that's why we don't know what the end game is. But
This will take
and meanwhile, the game, keeps
We got douchebags.
staying at a mainline of like casualness, let's say. I mean, the other thing is like people saying it's a casual game. I don't think that's fair at all to say about Warframe. I don't think it's a casual game at all. I mean, it's casual for people who have been playing for thousands of hours, yeah, but it's not a casual game. I mean, understanding the mods already is a pretty tall order for most people. And obviously it's getting more popular, and that's a good thing, because that means...
Still working on
Because
it.
honestly,
Continue
like the
to
game is
defend.
kind of like Magic the Gathering or something, right? There's a pretty deep like
Stay focused. There's a
level
heavy
of
unit approaching.
discernment required to play the game effectively, like to read, like to do some math on the mods and stuff like that, and just kind of getting into the mechanics of it and understanding how things synergize with each other. And I think that that's stuff that, like Sudoku or whatever, that can keep your mind like in a sort of it can train your mind to do certain tasks. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't say Warframe is like chess or something, that it actually helps build like, but it's it's pretty close, and like most games are, right? Most games are like a simulator
Looks like
type
heavy activity
environment for you to experiment with different parameters, let's say, to get certain results, to see what's going to happen if I blow up a car, or if I don't know, steal like a wedge of cheese, like in Skyrim or whatever, or all these different scenarios that you can reenact in a video game. I think those also help to build like character. They help to build like, to gain like some understanding of how you like to deal with things, let's say, and what kind of consequences you would like to pursue in your life, let's say.
Location reached.
Drop me in things like
and
that.
defend
And the
our
thing is, like, about Warframe, it's like, okay, I mean, not so much in terms of like moral choices or something like that, or alignment, even though there is an alignment in game. You have the light and dark side, let's say, and some choices in the quests will lead to one or the other. But I have no more energy.
Cry about it.
Oh, caught fire. Why do I have no energy? And where's this guy? There you go. Give me the crown. Thank you. Ah, still can't. Jesus Christ. What? Okay, why am I? I'm probably not concentrating because I'm trying to talk.
Still working on
And
it. Continue to defend.
I'm honestly a bit nervous because I've never streamed this game before. And I mean, I've clocked like thousands of hours, like 3,000, almost 4,000 hours now. in the game. So, but I've never streamed it before for some reason. Even though like I have a whole treasure trove of builds and stuff that I've never shown to anyone, and I mostly play solo. I'm in a clan, a pretty big one too, but I never really. I mean, I talk sometimes. It's just that I don't play regularly enough. Although now, you know, when I'm playing, I do play regularly.
Keep moving.
But when I'm not playing, I don't play at all. You know, it's kind of like that. I have like these dry spells where I'm not playing for like 6 months in a row, and then suddenly I get the urge again, and I play some Warframe. And so, but what was I saying about? Okay, whatever. Let me just finish this mission here. Got another
Terminal
one going.
spotted.
There you go.
Upload me and prepare to defend.
There you go. Now we can get some
I'm
juice
antenna.
going.
This will take a moment.
Actually, maybe I should Spiva them. But so what I was saying, God, I forgot the whole train of thought now. Oh yeah, so we were talking about like what is endgame, right? Fashion frame is endgame. And like Warframe being a casual game, right? So, as I said, I don't think it's a casual game. I think you can use it to train your intellect to some degree. You know, you can. And the funny thing is, like Warframe has all these. It's not just the gameplay, obviously, it's the lore as well. You know, it has all these concepts from alchemy, from philosophy. Like there's some ideas there from. I mean, so like eternalism is a term from philosophy, right? So that's one thing. And the whole eternalism thing.
The odds were against us, Tenno.
I mean, it's a pertinent question as well, right? That's the thing about it. Because we're talking about the singularity. It's you know, with AI now, this is like right on everyone's minds. You know, like post-humanism. And so what's funny is that like the world of Warframe, I would say, is like post-humanism. Right? So we've had humanism, we've had the singularity, and now we're back to square one in a sense, right? Because we're piecing it back together, like after we broke it back up. But so kind of this. But anyway, I got back to the lore, but. But so what I actually think Warframe's endgame is. It's not just fashion frame, but like aura farming. That's the end game in Warframe, I think. Okay, we got Kra. Hey, actually we guessed it correctly, guys. That's pretty funny.
Kinda sucks that you only get experience after
So we
you
guessed
leave
Kra
it.
correctly.
Prepare
So now
for
if
an
we
experience.
can just try to take her down and see what happens actually. Not bad actually. So how long have we been going? For an hour. Well, I'm not gonna go for another hour to be honest. I think I might keep it at this for the time being. I just wanted to see how it goes. I did come to some conclusions. But yeah, so just to clarify what I'm trying to say, right? So my idea is that my theory, first off, is that Warframe is the ultimate, actually the closest example we have to an actual metaverse, right? Because you got the metaverse, you got this whole thing towards virtual realities and stuff like that, and obviously like AI and singularities and whatever. Warframe is like both in terms of like as a game as well as the lore itself. It's kind of the combination of these concepts, right? It is the metaverse in a sense. You get to play whatever role you want in the world of Warframe. And at the same time, you get to you're actually, like, the way it's set up in the lore is that you're actually time traveling, and you're witnessing all these timelines, both in the past and future and present, simultaneously. And that's also why you have multiplayer, because other versions of you from other timelines are doing the same thing, and you're constantly interacting and enriching yourself by doing that. You know, so it's actually very, like, spiritually, it's like on another level if you think about it, because like part of like manifestation and stuff like that also has to do with that, right? Basically, diverting all your different timelines into, or converging them actually into one timeline and making the best possible timeline. And that's basically what we're doing in Warframe, right? Only we know that there's an infinite number of timelines, so all you can get, the best you can get, is different currents, and following different currents of timelines. You can never converge all of them, but you can converge a squad of 4, let's say, in this case, in a normal mission. And so you're actually able to experience yourself in other players. And so you look at a baby Tenno, and you give them tips and you give them gifts or whatever, and you look at an elder Tenno and you admire their wisdom and their aura, you know, aura maxing. And it's funny too, because like literally the game, like the whole fashion frame concept, you know, we've got ephemera now, which ephemera, by the way, it's not a, I wouldn't say, because ephemera in Greek means the opposite of what most people think it means, but whatever, it's not even important. But ephemera is literally your aura, right? That's aura farming, right? You know, you got all these ephemera here that have different effects, and they have like potentially their symbolism or whatever. I mean, they're open-ended. You can interpret them, you know, if you want to make an interpretation of what they mean or what they mean to your character. They're like all your other fashion accoutrements, you know. You could have a storyline, because I was thinking, like, for example, that these are like these things that you get in the beginning of the game, where Captain Vor puts this this pager on you, or whatever it's called, you know, this bug. And you have this, so for me, like, Warframe is more like RP stuff, you know. Hey Ollie, how you doing? I was actually just winding down, but it's not a big deal. I can do a few more missions actually, but I was just talking about like the metaverse of Warframe, basically. So yeah, I was just talking about the lore, and we were farming some sisters. I was thinking about calling it a day, but I'm suddenly getting like three more viewers. So maybe I'll do another one. And I kind of lost my train of thought again as well. But so basically, what I was saying is that Warframe is like the most, the closest we have to a real metaverse at the moment. And you're actually able to RP whatever you want with the characters you got within the context of... Well, yeah, for me, so as I was saying, for me, the true endgame is aura farming. That's the true endgame. It's more than just fashion. It's more than, it's about like making a statement with what you've got in the game, because like you've got these mastery ranks, you're at this level. You've got this fashion frame, but you also got this alignment here. So what does that mean, you know? What choices did you make in your quests and stuff like that, you know? So people are gonna look at it, and I do that too, you know? Like every time I have a trade, or like I'm in a squad with someone, especially like if they have the same frame as me or whatever, at the end of the mission I check out their profile, you know? And I just kind of wonder about what kind of person they are, you know? Kind of like that. Just looking at people, and you know, I like to display my profile in the same way, you know. I like people to have the same questions about me, You don't have to, you know, you can socialize as well, but you don't even have to do that. You know, you can just live in this fantasy world and just play solo or whatever. But that's all part of the game, you know. So yeah, let's see what are we gonna do next. So yeah, I'm hunting my sister here. I got a nice Tenant Arca Plasmor at this point. She's my 6th sister I'm hunting. Oh yeah, it's a toxin one, 51% bonus.
Don't like me that much because I get things
So I'm
done.
pretty happy with it. I'm really looking forward to getting it. Let me see. Let's go another capture. Yeah, exactly. That's how I think about it too. Like looking at someone's personality. Because it's like the ultimate game where you can express that, you know.
And extract our target.
And that's why it's so unique in my opinion. And like it's the people that kind of catch up to that kind of fall for this game, that kind of go for it, you know. Because not everyone's got that attention to detail about themselves or whatever, or about their experience, or about their gameplay.
Bring them in.
Turn on my null stars.
The capture target has vital information.
So I honestly think like DE is doing something really special in terms of, not just in terms of gameplay, but in terms of like culture, you know, like modern culture in the information age and things like that. Because you know, I've been thinking a lot about like AI and about like the singularity and stuff like that, and posthumanism and stuff like that. Personally, I'm not a proponent of any of those things, or at least I'm not a proponent of posthumanism. Let's put it that way. I'm a proponent of pro-humanism, let's say. But at the same time, like the influence of AI and all these technologies is not, you know, you can't dismiss it. You can't, you know, it has to be accounted for, and it will influence culture. But it's interesting, like for example, like what I would say is Warframe explores what humanity would be like post-singularity, right? And basically it shows, or like I think it does show that humanity is still a thing, you know, even though it's not gonna go away, let's say. And I do like that idea personally. I do think that's important to remember. Let's see, did we do everything? How many hounds did we have? Like 3 or so? I don't think there's gonna be another one.
I'm taking your stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's good to see. And that's the other thing, like, Rebecca, right? I mean, she's basically like, she's basically, how do you say, I mean, she's literally like, you know, both like in the game as well as now as the creative director. She's literally like mom, you know. She's literally like the mother figure of the entire game. So if you're in the metaverse, you're she's the Matrix, you know. She's literally the Matrix. You know, the term Matrix, it comes from is the womb, right? Is the mother basically. So it's feminine anyway, and that's funny too, because like people are wondering, for example, why, and I'm not sure if if you understand anything I'm saying, but. Like why Nick Land would characterize like the future AI singularity as feminine. You know, but it's just, I mean, he's just interpreting the word matrix. I mean, what else can it be, you know? That's just because we use that term, and the other, you know, it's because like men have created it, you know. So and you know, like men build big ships, and they will give them a female name as well. It's the same thing. So the metaverse, like the cyberspace, right? Cyber. The word cyber also comes from Greek. I'm Greek, by the way, so that's why I'm getting into this kind of thing. And I've studied philosophy, so... the word cyber comes from kiverno, which means to navigate, right? To navigate the seas. Of Tenogen. Tenogen. The Tenogen. How do you mean, like the Tenno generation? Let's say. I mean, we are the Tenno generation, you know. I would say, because I would like in my estimation, and I mean it's pretty funny because it's still a hidden gem. It's still like it's still not like a game that everyone plays necessarily, but it is gaining traction. But the thing is, like, it's despite that, I would think it's like the most iconic game of our generation, I would say. For my blueprint. Let me just catch that one real quick. I need to build. At least I have my blueprints back, but like I need to build a lot of forma. Let's see, what else do we have? Should we do another survival one? Oh, we have plenty of survivals actually. Let me just check. We do have all three thingamajigs. I think I could actually just now that we know which ones they are. Oh no, we don't. We only have two. Okay. My bad. Yeah, I did the forma. Yeah. Why did I end up back? Oh yeah. Cosmetics people sent to DE. Oh yeah, Tenogen. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean Tenogen is amazing. I have a few. So let me just show you some skins. Since we're here, I mean, since we're talking about fashion, I mean, I love my Nova. I'm really happy with her fashion frame so far. I also got a few more. I've got this one which I really like. My Atomica skin, but I usually go with her Proto Frame skin. But my main is Saren, and I also I've played her since 2015 or whatever. But like my favorite skin is this one, the Anita's Moda skin, but then with the Belladonna helmet. Both are Tenogen as well. And she just looks so I mean, like, oh, it's like a braingasm. And then, but then it suits like her Proto Frame also really well, you know. So like, I like to do the Gemini animation and just switch in between the two. Although I wish they could do it faster. I even wish, you know, you could mod for them, just casting speed, you know, and just have a faster like Gemini animation, because like it's so annoying. Because I want to do it in missions too, but it just takes too long, you know. Oh yeah, and then I got my Banshee. I'm really happy with my Banshee, so I got a pretty solid Banshee build at this point. So she can go now Steel Path and stuff. She can do effortlessly. I gave her Nullstar. So I've been playing a lot with Nullstar. I gave it to Saren as well. And I'm just blasting, and so and she has resonance, right? So Nullstar already activates like her, you know, if you get a kill with Nullstar, you get like a bunch of recasts of sonar. Sorry, not silence, sonar. Right, so resonance automatically casts sonar when you hit a weak spot. And so obviously, you know, at the Exceltra with AoE damage, hitting all manner of spots, but at the same time with primary deadhead and galvanized scope for headshots as well. So it's not the most reliable, but you know, you got like a nice spread of damage on both weak spots and headshots and stuff like that. So that's kind of the thought process behind her. And she, you know, she's a meat grinder. She's pretty crazy this way. And then I have, let's see, I don't have a lot of Tenogen skins. I have a couple. What else do I have? I mean, those are just my ready-made loadouts. Obviously, I have more frames that I don't really play that much. I do have this one. I still need to get his proto-frame skin, although I don't know if I care that much, but at the same time, I mean, he is Saren's like husband or whatever, so yeah, it might be, you know, I kind of feel bad for Saren not having him around. Yeah, Banshee could definitely do with a buff, but honestly, adding adding Nullstar on her is really powerful. Like I would, it really helps with her survival, especially, you know. And if you and it also helps like spread out the damage and activate more weak spots. So it's a pretty good option there. So I've tested it extensively. It works really well. Just for the record, I've got my Mirage build. So this is an explosive legitimate build with Argonac and melee influence. I'm pretty happy with this one as well. I also added the Furious with extra what was it? Electricity status multi-shot effect, which just synergizes perfectly with her whole kit. And the loadout, so I'm really happy with that. And yeah, and so on. I've got plenty of pretty like eccentric builds, you know. Obviously this one I'm still working on. He's just a basic Kullervo, but I'm really happy I got Kullervo finally. Like that took me like literally years. So yeah, anyway, let's do another mission, I think. Let's see. Let's do survival. Yeah, Mirage is both are awesome, by the way. Mirage and Mesa are both awesome. I've been playing Mirage a lot because of, but that's been the past 2 years or so. Now I've been playing more Nova. But, you know, I tried to switch him up a bit, but I always play Saren anyway. But, yeah, Mirage is busted. Mesa is pretty crazy too. I would say Mirage is stronger, honestly, in the long run, but that might be just me. And that's obviously just because you can literally break the game with her, so I don't know if that's a good thing, you know. Alright. I need more efficiency with Nova though, because sometimes I run out of energy, and I don't really have a backup plan for that. I could add like Arcane Energize. I've done that for a while, but and maybe like the current setup that I have is a bit unnecessary, because I now have like Molt Augmented and Arcane Expertise, which are synergizing with each other per kill to generate more shields for me, but it's not really doing anything for her. I mean, she's got her null stars as well, which keep her alive, so it's not a big deal. Ah.
Tenno,
Oh,
Prepare
come
for
on.
life support.
Nah, I don't care about that. More energy, guys, please.
I've delivered a life support
There you go.
capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
Yeah, maybe I should activate it. I'm not killing them fast enough.
Life support
No
activated.
problem. But that's why I prefer playing solo, honestly. And you know, with this, so like in terms of this aura farm, you know, for Nova that I did, like I really picture her like an interstellar multi-timeline. Oh, finally, I've been trying to do this one. Guys, can you go away? I'm trying to free this prisoner. Okay. I've been waiting to do this one all week. For some reason, I just couldn't get one, guys. Oh wait, do I need to kill this one? But you know, so the aura farm I'm doing with Nova is more like being like this lone bounty hunter, you know,
Life
kinda.
support on the way.
Yeah, there you go. Finally, am I gonna get no? I'm like, ah, there you go, Fucking finally. Now I get why it's 7,000 Nora credits or whatever they're called. Because the thing is like, or Nightwave Standing, that's the term. Because the thing is like, when I'm playing, like when I'm not looking for them, they're everywhere, and I'm just freeing prisoners left and right. And then, but then when I actually want to do one, I've literally been slaving all week, and I've been hunting Sisters of Parvos, no less. You know, so I've been at Corpus tile sets like literally all week, you know, and I couldn't get a single fucking like of these prisoners.
Under my nails. Ew.
Not heat on nice pistols. Oh yeah. Oh, I should try that actually. Thanks for the tip. Because I've been playing a lot with Archon mods as well. So on Mesa they're amazing. On Mirage they're amazing. If you use this, I can show it to you if you want. But I made a video about it too. Like if you use this explosive legitimate and melee influence Argonac dagger dual combo. It's a very specific build that you need to make. But like if you use that, you can basically install almost all of the arcane. Well, actually 2 out of 4, I would say. Maybe 3 out of 4 actually. So like the Archon mods are pretty amazing. I actually really like them. People were making fun of them when they first came out. Were telling me, yeah, those are such overkill. You really don't need them. But I'm like, yeah, you say that, but I mean, they can make some, you know, some pretty make for some pretty unexpected builds, you know, for like some frames you wouldn't expect that they would be this powerful, I guess. I would say. Because like Mirage, I mean Mirage is interesting, you know, she's pretty squishy. And she kind of has this thing, I don't know, she's really powerful, but like building her just for shooting and stuff has never really been my thing, you know? So kind of having this nuke build is really good. And basically being able to spread all manner of status effects on the map, you know?
Just drop dead already.
Woohoo, wah wah. Is this all you have?
You are running out of time. Consider extraction.
Stretch my legs here for a second. Mod heat on Mesa. Mod Archon Vitality. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, I get where you're going with that now. So because you mod heat on the exalted weapon, it counts as an ability, as ability damage, basically. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, actually. Yeah. Let me just see. So what I have here. Yeah, so I do have added Archon Vitality here. I'm using Neutron Star, obviously, for double damage, double heat. And then Molecular Fissure to respawn the Null Stars. Pretty basic. I tried to keep a balance between duration and range. I wish I could get more duration onto this, but I also want some strength here. So yeah, it's kind of, maybe I could forgo the Blind Rage, but then I think I'm at 85, which I didn't like. So it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. Archon Intensify would be another option, but yeah, here again, 85%, so it's not enough. So it does have to be Blind Rage, I'm afraid. So yeah, and then I'm stuck with 75% efficiency. So I need the Streamline as well, otherwise I could have added like maybe... what is it? Stretch? Yeah, I could probably add Stretch. Although, no, I actually need Continuity. That's what I need. Can't I get... I do have Continuity, but so why... What am I thinking then? Is it Augur... I need Duration. Yeah, narrow-minded. That was the only other option I had. But yeah, then I'd have to choose between overextended and narrow-minded. It's like just like I gotta play somewhere in the middle. I mean, it's like kind of, but that's the whole loner bounty hunter kind of aura farm, you know, that she has. But maybe I can forgo arcane expertise. She doesn't really need the shields, to be honest. Because this, okay, so the idea is 100% of strength modifiers are also applied to max shields. And then we have Molt Augmented, which increases your ability strength per kill. So that's pretty nice, but it's not very significant, right? But it goes up to 250 times, which is pretty crazy. Oh, it doesn't have a time limit? Wait, I had never even realized that. Arcane Shot, Hot Shot for crit. Okay, Arcane Hot Shot. I don't think I have that one yet. And I've been farming Arcanes pretty intensively lately, but I've been looking for really specific things. But yeah, Arcanes are a pain in the ass for me for some reason. I just can't, you know, get enough of them. Do I have Hotshot? Wait, is Hotshot on the gun? Yeah, no, it's... okay, it is a Warframe Arcane. I don't even have a single one of it. Let me just see what it does. Critical chance when using abilities and heat. Okay, that's pretty awesome. Actually, that would be really awesome for her. So, because I have this... Okay, so I have Archon Vitality and I have Neutron Star, which deals heat. But then I have, for example, my secondary, the Twin Stubbers, Kuva Twin Stubbers. I've added Cascadia Flare as well. So if you add Arcane Hotshot as well, you got a triple synergy here as well. That would be interesting. I might have to look into that as well. Stacks up to 48. So this is just raw damage and Arcane Hotshot is critical, right? Weapon critical chance, yeah. Pretty awesome actually. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep that one in mind for my Nova as well. But I think I can actually forgo Arcane Expertise and go back to Arcane Energize for more energy. Because that will let me cast more. And I mean, I still get the ability Strength. So I'll be killing aplenty. So I'm not actually worried about that at all. It's pretty nice. But I never even realized, because maybe I don't even
Hey,
need...
Vanna, honey. Guess who got a sector? Don't hate me too much.
Maybe I don't even need blind rage then. If I'm already using multi-augmented. Maybe then I should go for... But yeah, it depends if you're gonna go for offensive or defensive build, I guess. Arcane Hotshot is hard to get because like 500 plat. Oh. Okay. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let me just see. What was I gonna check out? Because I forgot something. Yeah. So if I yeah. So with multi-augmented, if it doesn't have a timer, I might not even need blind rage, but then I should still... Yeah, no, it's... Okay, well, whatever. That was just something I was thinking about. Anyway. Let me see, what else do we have? We have a rescue mission, we have a defection, we have another survival. How far ahead have we gotten?
Kind of.
Gonna need a lot of... Well, yeah, I'd just rather go for another survival, I guess. That's also defense. Yeah, I don't really like defense for the... Okay. Well, let's go survival.
Keep the enemy busy while a fellow Tenno operative raids the ship for supplies. Ready?
I don't know why I keep
the
pressing
alarm.
3 first. But yeah, anyway, I got
They
Arcane
have just
energized
shut
now.
down all systems.
I'll be
I'm
fine in
sending
terms
life
of
support
energy, I think.
capsules your way. Gotcha.
Okay. What do you do? I really like Kaya. Like, I think she's my favorite proto-frame, even though I really like Minerva too. Like her style. But like her voice acting doesn't really gel well with me. I don't know, like her Minerva's one-liners are kind of annoying to me. But like Kaya's, I thought she would be annoying, but she's actually pretty cool when you're playing her. Like I don't like her character when you're talking to her in Volvania, but like as a proto-frame, she's pretty awesome, to be honest. Just impeccable style and like, how do you say? Yeah, like that's pretty nice. That's messed up.
Tenno, prepare for life support.
And I also think it's funny that she's Filipino. That's pretty nice. But I still think she's the most powerful proto-frame, and I think as a proto-frame she's on par with the Tenno in terms of power level. I'm pretty sure about that. And Kaya is literally like, I believe Kaya is like a multi-dimensional agent like the Tenno, and basically she's kind of keeping an eye on the Tenno. But like the version we meet in 1999 is like her younger version, you know, when she just became a Warframe and she doesn't know the ins and outs yet, but she wants to learn about time travel and stuff like that, which is no coincidence, you know. So I'm pretty sure she's gonna. I mean, I'm not sure if that's, you know, canon. You know, if she's gonna play a big role like canonically in the game, in the story. But I think she should, at least. I think, because because I think basically, I would be surprised if the Tenno, if the prototype for the Tenno themselves wasn't Nova herself, and and therefore Kaya herself. Because like playing her with this skin, you know, it feels like I'm playing like my drifter. You know, it's kind of almost the same kind of vibe I'm getting from them, like in terms of movement and stuff like that. And I don't know. And obviously I'm just like this total schizo territory here. I'm just like making shit up as I go. But like it's just kind of like the like
Additional
how do you
life
say
support
like
has arrived.
I think that's the awesome thing about Warframe. You know, you can just you can
rumble.
just lore farm in a way as well. You can make up your own lore and just roleplay it in the game. And like there's a few games that do that. Like I think Skyrim did that and Fallout and stuff like that. Those kinds of games have that kind of element.
Have no life.
Or like things like I don't know, maybe like Elite Dangerous or something, you know, like a space game like that. But like Warframe got all of it, got all of that like perfected. You know, you can make your own characters and just kind of develop them however you want, and have like your how do you say your head canon for them. And that's what I basically enjoy doing most of the time. So I'm not really focused on creating optimal builds necessarily as much as I am about creating like plausible builds, or you know, like something that looks good and works well and gives you that impression that power fantasy, you know.
We got douchebags.
Arcane velocity is also very strong. Where do I get that one? That's also from Cavalero, I assume.
Another life support capsule is now available.
Check it out maybe later. Just prime everyone. The funny thing is, like, if you add Breach Surge on Nova, you're just basically double priming them. You're not just priming them with what's it called? Molecular Prime. I literally just did the ability so I could read what it's
When
called.
you are ready, go to extraction.
But also with Breach
Target
Surge.
down.
Critical life support levels. Extraction
And
is
actually-
your best option.
It works really well. And especially like with the Null Stars, you know, it's the same principle as with Banshee, you know. If you add Null Stars on Banshee, you recast Resonance multiple times, because you're constantly hitting your opponents, and you're killing them with rockets, so they're dying pretty fast. So there's a good chance
Works
of
for me.
you hitting them
Extraction
with,
is ready.
killing them with Molecular Fission as well. Sorry, with Null Star as well. I don't know why I just called in Molecular Fission. Because I mean that's literally what she does, but that's not one of her abilities. What was I saying?
I swear to the void, if you
But so with Nova,
Nova,
you do that with Breach Surge. And the funny thing is, like, Breach Surge is basically like sonar, because it sticks to enemy weak spots, so it highlights weak spots as well. So if you shoot them, you know, you're both hitting a weak spot as well as activating the Breach Surge. Only the Breach Surge, you don't need to hit the Breach Surge to activate it. Although, do you? Maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe it's like spores. But yeah. So yeah, let's see how Ember Proto Frame. Yeah, true. I'm generally pretty excited to see more proto frames. Honestly, I think I'm also pretty like I would really love to see Banshee, because I swear she'll be a goth girl, right? A big titty goth GF. She's definitely based on Shuxi and the Banshees. So that's what I'm hoping to see, you know, like a big like punk afro, you know, kind of like that, and like a bit of like eyeliner and stuff like that, and black lipstick, you know. So yeah, that would be my Banshee, and then maybe like who else is missing? Like I would basically, honestly, for the proto frames, I would stick with like the originals, the OGs. I'm already. I think they added Wisp too soon. I think Revenant was a bit early as well, even though, you know, Revenant is a main quest character as well. So it makes sense to me that they made his so early, or at least that they introduced his. But like Wisp was a bit, I don't know. I mean, it's she's very popular, so I get it. But I would have rather seen like someone else, I guess. Because they, you know, we still need to see Ash. We still need to see Rhino. We still need to see Ember, as you mentioned. So yeah. Yeah, Rhino would be amazing. I'm really. I mean, there's some. I don't know. There's some directions you could go with that. I mean, it could be a big birdie Russian guy, but that's very stereotypical. Or he could be a black dude and that, you know. Actually, that might be cool as well. Or like, I don't know. Or like a bearded Scandinavian. Although I don't think that's gonna happen. Something tells me that's not the direction they're gonna go in. But yeah, I don't know. Would I want to see all the? Because, you know, are the proto frames like the next primes? Do we want to see all of them? Because I used to have that question too, you know, with the primes as well. You know, when they weren't quite as far ahead with them as they are now. I was like, yeah, I wish they'd kept some Warframes just in their normal state, because some of them I had already built on and stuff like that, and added the formats and stuff. And obviously you get Helminth, and that's cool. But like, if I've pumped like five format into a frame, I don't want to feed it to the Helminth, you know. So that's kind of a thing. I mean, it's not that I haven't done it, by the way, but you know, it's not my preference. So I prefer to keep my builds, because I can't transfer them from one frame to the other either, you know. Although, can I? I mean, I could. I mean, I can share the build and maybe like, or make a screenshot of it, but I can't. You can't transfer it directly. That would be something. Honestly, they should make. Maybe that's a bit OP, but like, imagine if the Helminth could like transfer a whole build from a normal frame to a prime as you're sacrificing it, you know. I think that would be a solution, you know. Let them just do something like that. I think that would be very appropriate, honestly, because you are pumping time and effort into like formats and stuff like that. And if you format the slots already anyway, then you can override them on a prime frame as well, you know. I think that makes a lot of sense. So that's one thing, and the other thing on my wish list for like potential future updates is obviously having more adversary than one. You know, I would like to have a Kuva Lich and a Tenant Sister running at the same time, so that I can hunt both of them. So that I can also help my friends who are doing Kuva Liches while I'm doing Sisters of Parvos. And not have to like do hunt mine on my downtime, and yeah. But yeah, so I don't know if that's ever gonna happen, but it's something on my wish list. So anyway, guys, I really gotta take a leak, and I'm gonna have to make some food. But I really appreciate you sticking around. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun talking, and I'll keep your advice in mind as well for what was it? Arcane Velocity, Arcane Hotshot, and Arcane Velocity. So I'm gonna look those up, and maybe I'll do this more often. I had a lot of fun talking about the lore and the philosophy and the stuff like that, because that's the stuff that draws me to Warframe. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.